Hi folks, welcome back to Caricarz.com with me, Torik Azmi. And by the time you see this video, an embargo is already lifted and I can finally talk to you about perhaps the most important new car launch in Malaysia this year, the all-new Perodua QV. So without further delay, let me take you around and show you what's what with Perodua's first ever fully homegrown electric vehicle. Okay, before we talk design, let's talk the name, Perodua QV. Now, you may notice that it is spelled as QV-E, but I was told by Perodua, the E is silent with the V, so it's QV. Don't get that wrong, folks. It is actually called the Perodua QV. So on the surface, it's plain to see that the Perodua QV is actually a lifted crossover with a very nice and sharp sportback design a la the Toyota CHR. In fact, from afar, you could call this a baby CHR of sorts with its design and silhouette. And when you look into the finer details, you can tell Perodua is not playing. They are taking this very seriously, and you can look at the quality of the design to the use of full LED headlights and DRL complete with a full width LED light bar up front. Down to the side, you'll even notice that the QV rolls on some very tasty looking 18-inch, yes, 18-inch dual tone aero alloy wheels. And there's more to it, because when you look even closer, you even find some very nice design quirks like, check out the flush door handles, but the way it opens is a bit different. It's a bit reversed than what everybody else uses. Like that. Pretty interesting. And I think this is the first time we've seen a hidden rear door handle in a Perodua for the rear doors. So this is quite interesting as well. But what's even more impressive is when you look at the tailgate, it's very nice, very clean, and you're wondering, how do I open the tailgate? Well, the release mechanism is actually integrated in the Perodua badge right here. Sorry folks, no power tailgate, but it's a Perodua. I don't think many of you will complain about the absence of a power tailgate if it grants you access to such a decently large boot. And whilst we're here in the rear quarter, let me also highlight some of the nice design details here, like this full width LED light bar. Yes, it's a bit cliche, but I think Perodua has executed this well. These connect a pair of very familiar looking taillights. I'm sure some JDM fans would recognize the design. What's also interesting quirk here is the design of the rear spoiler and the integrated third brake light over here. So some of the finer details are also very impressive. Kudos to Perodua. Overall, I think this QV looks fantastic. What do you think? Hit the comments below with your thoughts. Overall, it feels like a proper upmarket car. It's not an entry-level feeling inside here. So this is one of the best builds from Rawang, I'll admit. And you will notice that in the quality of equipment and hardware equipped, like the full digital displays, which includes a center infotainment touchscreen that offers wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. My favorite bit here is the switch gear that's available below which, because you get some tactile feel and better analog control over important things like the climate control, as well as the very interesting rotary drive selector or gear shifter. So that's pretty cool. I think Perodua has done an exceptional job with the cabin, especially in the front half. With the rear half, it's a bit of a hit and miss because, well, thanks to that sportback design, cabin space is a bit of a scarcity. So I think taller folks like me will find headroom a little bit, but that's the price you pay for really good design. Overall, with the interior, I think Perodua has done an exceptional job. They've taken things a few levels higher. Okay, let's talk about what's underneath the Perodua QV. Firstly, the platform design and engineering saw Perodua partnering with world-renowned firm Magna Steyr. Yes, Perodua did not take things lightly here, even choosing a world-class partner to develop its first and very own EV platform. As for the powertrain, the QV employs a front-mounted e-motor that outputs roughly 204 PS and 285 Nm of torque, all of which drive the front wheels, promising a very zippy 0-200 km/h sprint time of 7.5 seconds in sport mode. Juicing said motor is a CATL supplied LFP type battery pack mounted in the chassis floor that boasts a 52.5 kWh capacity. With a full charge, Perodua touts a maximum range of up to 445 km based on NEDC standards. As for charging, the QV accepts AC charging inputs of up to 6.6 kW, meaning a full recharge from 0 to 100% takes about 8 hours. Yes, 11 kilowatts would have been nicer, but don't worry, the QV also accepts up to 60 kilowatts of DC fast charging, and this promises 30 to 80% recharges in about 30 minutes. What is also interesting is the battery as a service or battery leasing scheme that Perodua will offer the QV with. Okay, it's time to take the new Perodua QV out for a spin quickly at the Sepang International Circuit, and I was told we've only been given one lap, so I'm going to try and make this count and tell you everything I can from this one lap. Let's go. First impressions in the cockpit, this car feels very well built. Everything is intuitively placed, it's well designed. You can tell it's designed by a legacy car maker because everything is where it needs supposed to be. So this is quite fantastic. Because everything is where it needs to be, everything is where it's supposed to be, it feels very fantastic. But the proof is in the pudding. Let's hit the track and find out. Okay, we're still waiting for green light, but I'm going to highlight a couple of very interesting things. So my instructor here has already prepared the infotainment so that he can change a few settings while we drive, which includes regen. You have 3 levels: low, standard, high. Steering wheel control, comfort, sport, and automatic. That's pretty interesting. And this is driving assist, yeah?
This one is for the
driving mode. So there are 3 driving modes: eco, normal, and sport. So that's quite interesting. I mean, this is one very high-tech Perodua, to say the least lah. By the way, another very interesting and high-tech touch in this Perodua, it comes equipped with a digital rear-view mirror. I've never seen one of these in a car this small, so that's pretty interesting. Kudos Perodua, that's a big up on that one. Okay, so sekarang ni mode standard normal Throttle modulation feel dia sedap. It's not too zippy. Normal is not bad. Okay, we've cleared the pit line. Let's give it the beans. Ooh, zippy. Okay, cukup pantas. Dia zippy lah bak kata orang putih. Alright. Hello Sepang Circuit, it's been a minute. We're now tackling turn 15.
Try for the high speed. I will change it to sport mode.
Okay.
So the regen and high.
Alright, so we're going to go into sport mode and we're going to try and floor it. So in sport mode, the regen is also at high, yeah? Okay, it's fast enough. So the regen is pretty good in sport mode. It's at its highest and it does its job quite well. Now we're entering Sepang turn 1. Let me just get my line right. Perodua have set up some cones around to make sure we don't play out or opportune. Okay. The steering feels typically muted. I mean, this is something you expect of any electric power steering system today, but it's accurate, it's light, it's perfect for the daily, and in sport mode, there's a bit of weight to it. So it's not too bad. Now we're flooring it out of turn 2 into turn 3. Wow, chassis stability is not bad. It's rigid enough. It's rigid enough. There's enough communication coming to me from the chassis. So this is pretty interesting. I mean, did you expect anything less from a partner like Magna Steyr? And now we're entering turn 4. The regen is very, very strong. I mean, you can feel it immediately when you lift off, even from highway speeds. So quite interesting. So that should be good for hypermilers. Okay, now we just exited turn 4, going into turn 5. I'm lifting off. We'll take a slightly wider line here. But overall, this car's chassis feels very, very good. And I think what will surprise many people who are going to test drive this car in the showroom soon is just how quiet it is for Perodua. It's extremely quiet, very silent. I mean, well, it's an EV. There's no combustion engine making all the rattles and whatnot. I mean, some people enjoy those sensations, but this is the sound of the future, folks. And now into my favorite part of Sepang, 7 and 8.
Now I think we got into the slalom.
Okay. Alright, now we're going to try a slalom course. Rolling, Alright.
Right.
And as I said earlier, the chassis agility is respectably good. It feels very solid, and it's the kind of solid that can only come from a legacy car maker. So kudos Perodua, you chose the right partner definitely to build a chassis with. Perodua QV-E is where many of us expect it to be. So this is a testament to Perodua's efforts as a car company and in terms of engineering as well. Well done. And there you have it, folks. You heard it from Perodua themselves, including the Prime Minister. The Perodua QV is priced at 80,000 ringgit without insurance and without the battery. You will need to put up a monthly additional cost of 275 ringgit if you lease the battery. We'll have more details about that as well as all the warranties included for the price over at caricarz.com/news. In the meantime, what do you folks think of Perodua's first EV? Hit the comments below with your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.